Listen, I wanted to talk about our math lesson for today. Today's assignment is to do page 249. It looks like this, and it's on page 249. Do you see that? We're also going to do, that one deals with number partners, and we're also going to do the back page, which is addition and subtraction. So go ahead and get to page 249, and you can pause the video so that you can get there. Okay, good. So what we're talking about, go ahead and put your finger on number 1. Do you see number 1 right there? Go ahead and put your finger on number 1. Let's read the directions. We always have to read the directions. It says, complete the partner equation. Complete the partner equation. So take a look at the first one. They've helped us with that, but let's look at it to see what they've done. Let's take a look at that first box, okay? What do you notice when you look at that box? What do you notice? Okay, so we have 2 blue circles, and we have 1 white circle or 1 empty circle. And the 2 circles are off to the side, and they have that divider, and then the 1 circle is on its own. But they're all in one big rectangle, right? That's a rectangle. Okay, so what I want you to do first is I want you to count how many circles there are in all. In all, okay? So count with me, ready? 1, 2, 3, okay? Now take a look at that. Let's just look at what they've done for us, okay? So when we're taking a look, we see we have three circles all together, and that tells us, look, there's the number 3. That tells us how many circles there are all together. Now to come up with our partner equation, this is kind of like when we used to have to draw the line and we had to say how many shapes were on one side, how many were on the other, and we were taking a look at partners. This is the same thing, boys and girls, only they've divided it up for us. Okay, so we have 3 circles all together, but let's take a look at how they've separated it. We have how many blue circles? How many blue circles do we have? We have 2. And how many clear or should we call those white circles do we have? How many do we have? And we have 1. So what that tells us, boys and girls, is that 3 equals 2 blue plus 1 white circle, okay? 2 blue plus 1 white circle. So take a look at the one underneath that. They left that for us to do. Now I want you to see, again, count how many circles there are all together. 1, 2, 3. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna circle. I'm gonna circle the 3, okay? Because that tells me that's how many I have all together. So do you see how I circled the 3? Okay. And so that equals, how many blue circles do I have? I have 1. And then I have to write down my operation, my sign. And my sign is going to be, am I adding or subtracting to find out how many in all? I'm adding, okay? So how many white circles do I have? I have 2. So hopefully yours looks like mine, okay? So you can see I have 3 all together, so I've circled the 3, and I have 1 blue plus 2 white, okay? So now what I want you to do is I want you to figure out the rest. Now if you take a look, they've done the first ones for you, okay? So again, I want you to count how many there are all together, and I want you to circle that number on the end because that should be the same number, okay? And then what we're doing is we're counting how many are colored and how many are not colored, okay? All right, do your best on that page. And, oh, I want to point out before you get too confused, let's take a look over here, okay? Can you put your finger on the look at all these with the 10. So put your finger on the first one. Let's look at that one really quick, okay? Let's count how many circles there are all together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to circle that number 10 over there. Okay? Do you see that? So I've circled number 10. Now look, remember, I'm counting how many there are all together. Now there's some here, there's a little space over here, and then I have a line here. That doesn't matter. It's not going to stop me. I want to see how many there are all together. Okay? They're trying to trick you, boys and girls. Don't let them trick you. All they've done is they've come up with a 5 group, okay? We know within 10 there are groups of 5, or at least one group of 5 when we talk about number partners. So all they've done is they've put a space there so that we can subitize that there's 5, 6, 7, 8. Or if we go back to our example up here, we can subitize that this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So we don't have to count every single one. We just subitize it and we know it. So we just count the other ones, okay? So do that with me. Let's work on that first one, the example that they've given us. Let's count how many colored circles there are. Okay, I'm gonna count now, count with me. I'm gonna subitize. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 plus, and how many are white or not colored? 1, okay? So subitize what you can. Remember, recognize that that's 5. Start recognizing that's 5, and then counting on from there, okay? So this looks a little different to what we've done before with our math partners, with our number partners, but don't let it fool you. It's the same thing, okay? We're just using our skills in a different way. And then on the back page, boys and girls, it's the same thing that I know you can do. And we're doing up here is adding. So remember, let me turn the book. I want you to remember to circle those signs, because look, we have a whole bunch of addition problems up here, and then we have down here a whole bunch of subtraction problems. So, oh, no, sorry, my goof. It's all addition. But what I want you to do is I still want you to be in the habit of making sure you're recognizing what that sign is. And I want you circling those addition signs, or if ever it's a subtraction sign, okay? So that you're aware of what you're doing. And that's what you're going to do today. Okay? Good luck.